I love you. Welcome back to the Couch Potatoes. I'm the Green Traveler from Gorsh.
And I'm the Faceless Leon. Welcome to Green and Faceless on the Couch.
Yeah,
here we are.
Big old couch.
It's a big old couch. And it's magical. You can sit on it, and it will take you to faraway lands like Narnia.
It spreads continents,
or Westeros,
and it opens the mind.
Or anything that has been created and turned into visual media.
I do like that you chose two products that we have yet to cover on this show.
Huh.
We might have talked Westworld when it came out. We sure aren't going to talk it now. There's no point. But
well, I didn't talk about Westworld either. I said Westeros.
Oh, I thought you said... What'd you say? West what?
Westeros.
Oh, Westeros. I thought you said Westworld.
Yeah.
Westeros. I mean, well, we haven't talked Game of Thrones
Same
either.
production company.
We could still do House of Dragons, I'm sure, when Season 3 comes out or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm caught up.
I'm not.
It's pretty good. I mean, there's like one super yucky episode in the first season.
Yeah.
That's
when Game of Thrones for you.
That's when secret review of House of the Dragon, by the way. That's when Matt Smith's character kind of almost has sex with his niece, who's the main protagonist.
That's nothing, dude. Two of the main characters of Game of Thrones were brother and sister.
I know, but she at the time was like 14 or something.
Come on. Yeah. That's just the medieval.
But
that's just okay.
Anyways,
honestly,
then later in the show, much later in the first season, they do end up being married.
Oh gosh, of course.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, Daenerys in the books is only like, I think 12 or 13.
Yeah.
So,
when she gets married off to...
Yeah,
I mean, that's very medieval.
I
mean, she was being courted at that time.
George R. R. Martin might have some issues.
She was being courted, I think, by, other people.
The Zeres and the Mormont guy and all of the peoples. There's a lot going into that.
I was talking about House of the Dragon. I'm sorry, but it's alright. Oh. We're talking about a completely different modern fantasy show.
We are.
Yeah, so this is set in modern day America, but it's 3 years from when WandaVision was.
There you go. Yeah, it's really hard to tell with the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it's like they were for a while back in 2012. You know, like during the movies coming out in 2018, 2019, their films were set in 2012 or 2011.
Oh, yeah.
And then the blip happened and like 5 random years passed and yet they were still behind. I think like the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, the timeline's fucked. Like, if you're trying to map out everything, good fucking luck. I'm sure there's something out there that does like they've already done it.
That's perfect.
Yeah. But it is so like who fucking knows what universe, what multiverse, what timeline these people are in anymore. Like it's so
well. This isn't the multiverse
convoluted
where Wanda put the TV spell on Westview. And at the end of it, you find out that Agatha was there in the background all along. And she wanted to take Wanda's power, essentially. I don't actually remember how all that panned out, but it does end up with Agatha being cursed by Wanda, and that's the impetus of this show, I guess.
I was gonna say, I do know that I fucking loved Catherine Hahn from WandaVision. She played Agatha, and she plays Agatha here.
She played Agatha / Agnes 6 different ways.
Oh god, yeah, exactly, yeah. No, she's brilliant. Like, she's absolutely wonderful.
I think she's pretty great.
Yeah. And I think she killed it again as bringing this character back for her own show. She's so sassy.
I have up and downs with Agatha in this show, to be perfectly honest.
I have up and downs with the character. I don't have up and downs with the acting.
No, I think some of what I have is to do with the acting. The character is who she is. That's pretty obvious from the writing, but yeah, I think that there were times where while Agatha was maybe supposed to be sarcastic, it felt like Han was kind of trying to yuck it up a little bit.
Yeah, she was definitely hamming it up a lot.
Yeah,
but I think it worked for the character wonderfully at times.
At times it did, but at other times I was just I guess I got over it at a time, and I'm sorry because usually I quite enjoy your performances.
Oh, thank you.
Not yours. I was speaking directly to Catherine Hahn.
To someone not listening.
Oh.
She would never belittle herself to listen to a show as tiny as ours.
If it was talking explicitly about her show, she's, honestly, there's not that many things that she's been the main character of.
Hey, I mean, that's fair, but the moment, 5 minutes in that you start immediately attacking her,
she tuned out. Then she tuned out. But
she tuned out long before your apology.
If you stayed long enough, but right before it, I did say she was great. So hopefully,
that's true. That's great. Yeah.
Hopefully, she stuck through for me to say, I do think that you're usually pretty great, and I don't know. There was just some episodes where I didn't feel like you were up to par. That's all. Okay.
No, that's fair.
But there's other things that I'm going to nitpick about this show. That's not.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of nitpicks.
Yeah, that's not going to be.
I will say overall, if you're hearing that nitpicks are approaching and you're just like, oh fuck, I didn't want this in my life right now. I understand that. I understand. You don't need negativity in your world. I will say that I did overall enjoy this show, and I'll divulge more of that later. Yeah. There were just many choices that I thought were questionable.
Yeah.
Just odd. Yeah. And let's get into it. Let's so initially Agatha is stuck in her.
How is the cast list? There it is.
Oh, have you lost the cast list? Did you lose the cast list?
It's so from the movies they usually have it formatted so that it's under the plot synopsis.
Yes.
So I was
I think whoever made this Wikipedia article
it's
really
not the best.
Fudged up a lot of things.
It's not the best, and I did need to read it because there were things that. Well, I mean, there's only 8 episodes.
Marvel's a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they can't hire somebody to just surf Wikipedia and edit their mass shit. Come on, Marvel.
Yeah, come on.
You're better than this.
It's Disney. It's goddamn Disney.
It's goddamn Disney, man. You gotta do better than that. Well, Agatha's in a spell. She thinks she's a detective in Westview.
And I gotta say, opening right away, I thought that was the best shit. That was great.
I did enjoy that. I had a momentary twinge of fear.
That it was going to be the whole thing?
I thought it was going to be the exact same as WandaVision, where it was going to be a spin on genres.
Right.
And a look at television. I was just like, God damn it, I didn't want this. I wanted this to be its own thing. I didn't want it to feel like a rehashing of WandaVision. So I was initially really worried when we opened up in yet another television world, and I was just like, no.
But her being pulled out of it, that whole process getting there, honestly, the actual reveal to it was a little Disney-fied, I think. But I did like the different costumes and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah.
But leading up to that, it was some pretty cool psychological stuff of her remembering, no, this isn't right. And
and especially when Teen comes in, Joe Locke playing Teen, and he starts to unravel the spell, if you will, and you start getting glimpses of what's actually going on in between what she's seeing. And it gets a little confusing at times. They clear it up as the show goes on, and you get flashbacks to those moments as to what was really going on.
Of that, for the most part, there's some things that are just like, wait, you're just gonna leave that there?
There were some scenes that like, basically, when you get to episode 7, they replay portions of what happened in episode 1, but from a different perspective. And I'll be honest, by the time I got to episode 7, I was like, what? I don't understand. I honestly was already lost.
I honestly took a break somewhere in there. It might have been between that episode, because I got back interested in the show again. That is to say that I had lost interest.
Yeah. I binged it in the fact, and by binge, I don't mean how normal Americans binge things. I mean, I watched 1 episode a day for a week, because it's 9 episodes. So, I knocked it out over 9 days. Yeah. I can't watch more than 1 episode of something in 1 day. It's just, my brain does not work that way. I don't know, it definitely crawled at times. Some of these episodes, it ranges from 30 minutes to 50 minutes, which is ridiculous. That's another thing. Like, if you're doing a goddamn TV show, keep it somewhat close together. Unless you're doing a finale has the ability to be an hour and a half. I will allow that. It's a big thing. You're ending the series, you're wrapping it up. Sure, you want to knock it out.
A little bit of extra composition that you want in the pilot.
Yeah, sure.
I get that. What did I say? Exposition is what I meant to say, but I think
you said composition. It's okay. We got it.
Okay.
But no, it's just like, don't have a wide gap of episodes that range from 30 minutes to 49 minutes, because I would get to the point where I'm like, I'm going to watch 1 episode before I go to work, and I would get ready and I'd tee up the next episode and I'd be like, 50 minutes long. Well, I only have 40 minutes, Marvel. Like, this is the dumbest shit to complain about. I'm really tired, everybody. We can talk this show.
Teen, both, but either way, his name is Billy. I'll call him Billy.
Yeah, it's okay.
They don't actually tell you his name until pretty late in the series, because he has a sigil,
magic reasons,
that is protecting.
God, I wish we all had that
his identity. Thing. Anytime he speaks his name or about who he thinks he is, his mouth goes like it sounds like
a voodoo doll.
It's I don't know. It morphs together and does the sound of like VHS in reverse plus a zipper, like going through a zipper.
Scarecrow's mask.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. He wants to go, Teen Billy wants to go to the Witch's Road. He gets to Agatha in Westview and helps break the spell somehow. There's a little bit of help from Aubrey Plaza's character, Rio Vidal, who in the fantasy, the detective fantasy, is an FBI agent, but she's actually a Green Witch.
Yes. And a former lover, I think.
And a former lover of Agatha, which was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that,
they
Marvel.
Want to go, after the spell is broken, they want to go to the Witch's Road, and Agatha wants to go because she wants her power
She's
back.
Lost her powers, yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason she gives Billy, anyway. Billy wants to go because he's looking for his brother Tommy. I think it's an early enough reveal in the show that we can say that he has the soul of Billy Maximoff, who is a son of Wanda and Vision that Wanda created in the previous series.
Wonderful.
Created instead of birthed.
Our soap opera.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And together they're joined by a couple other witches. You have Jin, who is a potions expert, played by Sashir Zamata. You have Alice, played by Ali An, who is, an ex-police officer. I don't know what you would call her.
And a protector witch.
A protector witch, yes. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, she, her family has music they're famous for music. Her mom was a singer. Who else are they joined by? What's the other one's name?
She's also haunted by a demon, we can say.
Lilia.
Yeah.
Lilia Calderu. Oh, yeah. Alice is haunted by a demon. You are right. Yeah. Lilia Calderu, played by Patti Lupone. She is a divination witch. Reads your palms, reads your tarot cards. She's kooky. You find out that she's living time out of sync. She's like Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse 5 character.
Yeah.
Just, life's all fucked up for that poor boy. They're also joined by a non-witch, but absolutely lovable individual, Deborah Jo Rupp, playing Sharon Davis.
She is a green witch. She just doesn't know it.
Yeah. She just doesn't know it. She's adorable.
I love her, and she's great in this, and she was great in WandaVision. As Mrs. Hart, who Agatha keeps on referring to her as, but that was the character that Wanda cast her as. So yeah, there's a lot of layers of the other show in this, so it will make more sense if you had seen the other show, but I also think it's not completely necessary. I think this can stand on its own.
No, it does kind of stand on its own. It definitely helps having a better knowledge of Marvel, but you don't have to really have watched WandaVision, I don't think.
I don't think so. That brings me to something that I really wanted to talk about, and it is about we just talked about it.
The quality of life in the South Atlantic.
No. Deborah Jo Rupp. Deborah Jo Rupp dies, and
well, her character dies. Deborah Jo Rupp dies. Sharon dies.
Sharon Davis dies. You're right. It's kind of unceremoniously.
It's pretty sad, yeah.
Yeah. It's
pretty harsh.
Yeah, it's pretty harsh. Like, there wasn't enough build-up. Like, everybody else got saved from the thing. And, that's fine. That's fine. I just felt like it wasn't really earned. And, like, you're in this magical landscape, and it's like, oh, okay, so maybe they're gonna bring her back because that was a really weird death.
Right. Yeah, it was off. It was certainly off.
Yeah.
And that ties in
how I feel about all the other
deaths too. No, I agree with you, because that ties into my biggest complaint, which is, even though it still stands on its own from WandaVision, it still does the WandaVision thing of every episode trying to be its own genre of sorts, because the witches all go through their own trials.
This is fair.
And every trial has its own aesthetic. There's like a cabin aesthetic. And all their clothes change with it to reflect the genre or the aesthetic that they're in. And if they had worked harder on the directing style, if they had made it more stylized or leaned in heavier into like themes and tropes of those aesthetics, it could have worked. But instead, it just felt like a layer that was just so unnecessary. It's just like, all right, we got some cool costumes, so let's go ahead and figure out what kind of aesthetic goes with this wardrobe. Everybody's going to be in a different wardrobe for each episode, so we're going to throw you in a different greenscape atmosphere.
One episode in particular where they become popular witches in cinema and fantasy and whatever. Billy gets dressed up like Maleficent.
Yeah.
And it's pretty great, but
it's wonderful.
But it's also like, okay, Disney.
Yeah, we get it, Disney.
Yeah, we get it, Disney.
It's a property. We understand. Shill out more money to yourself for tax write-offs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But so so that actually leads up to, I think, the only deserved death in the movie. And that's not to say that the character deserved to die. I just mean that
I thought you were spoilers. I thought what you were saying was that deserved death, as in Aubrey Plaza was very much deserved picked for the role of Death. That was great casting.
Yeah, that honestly, she killed it, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. No, yeah, spoilers. Rio is Death. the embodiment of death. And, now they can finally do the proper Thanos love story. So I'm all for it. Let's keep Aubrey Plaza in the MCU. Let's make Death a bigger character. Yeah. Prominent. That's the word I was looking for.
I do think there's other characters who represent Death, though, in the Marvel Universe.
That's fine. But just keep Aubrey Plaza as Death.
I think they should do that because that's a good choice. And I do like this Agatha Harkness, and I think what's also great with like doing characters like this that people don't know very well is that there's a lot more freedom for the actor to do what they want to do. All in all, I like the Agatha character, but I wish there was more of the finale episode Agatha throughout the entire show.
I wish there was more of the penultimate episode Agatha for me.
That was the one where she
was the one
fights.
with the big reveal.
Yeah. That was a very good episode too.
Yeah,
but
she kisses Death.
Oh yeah,
gets the kiss of death. And Billy realizes a big twist at the end of the episode, and you just have Agatha laughing villainously in the back, and I was like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
That was pretty good, because
that was good.
They did a really good job. Then they fucked it up in the ending,
but still.
Well, we'll talk about that. Anyhow, I thought that the 8th episode was going to be the finale when we were watching it.
Yeah, it should have been.
And then next episode came out, and I really enjoyed because they were hinting at Nicholas the whole time, so they needed to do this.
Yeah.
So they go back to 1750, and they explain that the Witch's Road is something that Agatha came up with. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And along with her son Nicholas.
That final episode, I agree with you. I think there was elements that were needed that I think should have been worked into earlier episodes to beef up 30-minute episodes into being 40 minutes long. I think they could have easily done that, done some little flashback stuff here and there. I think there was a lot of deservedness to the finale, to the reveals of that episode. Here's my biggest issue. Next week, hopefully on time, we're going to be talking The Penguin.
It's our Thanksgiving special.
It's our Thanksgiving special. It's perfect for that. Here's the thing. I'm happy that we're talking about these two shows close together.
Yeah.
Both of these shows are about villains. Their main character is a villain. Not an anti-hero, villain. Cold-blooded, maniacal plans. Agatha kills other witches so that she can steal her power. That is all she does. She absorbs their power and leaves dusty husks behind. She has no fucking care. The finale episode of Agatha All Along does so much to try to pull at your heartstrings and make you feel for her. Don't do that. She's a villain. We can understand where villains come from. It's fine to make them emotional, to give them an emotional backstory and everything. But do that up front. Do that in the flashbacks up front. Build it up. That way when the maniacal evil shit that she does happens, even though we have that backstory, that sympathy is buried under all of the actions she's done.
Yeah.
Don't do all of the actions up front and then try to make you feel sympathy.
Right.
The Penguin, and we'll talk more about that next week, of course, but the Penguin doesn't do that. The Penguin is like, when you get to the end of the show, of the first season of the Penguin, if you genuinely think that he is a hero, if you genuinely like this character, go seek therapy. Because they don't do a damn thing to make you ever once think he's a hero. They very much keep
to
it
make him think
real.
He's a hero, but I do think that they show him...
They build him up.
With having redeemable qualities.
They show him have... Well, you finish the show.
maybe redeemable is the wrong term. I mean, he's definitely conniving, definitely backstabbing almost all the time. But I don't know where his relationship with Vic is going. That's basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will. My lips are sealed. I won't spoil a damn thing. But when you get to the end of that show, there's not a bone in your body that likes this man, in my opinion. Like his actions are horrendous, but his acting is fucking phenomenal.
Oh my god! I mean, I could tell from the first episode. Like, there can't. I'm gonna save it for that episode. Yeah, and I want to go back and talk about episode 9 because. Honestly, Greg, for me, it saved the entire series.
That's fair.
I was not very happy with it, mostly because 3 of the main characters died.
Yeah.
Well, at first you thought 4 of them died, and it was so unceremonious that but 2 of them come back, and then 1 of them dies again. That death was okay. I thought that death was okay. 2 of the main characters just fucking die they do a burial scene for 1, but they don't give a shit. And this made her not giving a shit make so much more sense.
Oh, because she was so
because she was there.
Fascinated.
Yeah, the only reason why she brought them there was to try to steal their powers. Yeah, and okay, well they're dead. I guess I don't get their powers. And that's kind of how it felt. Oh, they're dead. I don't care. For me, it made this whole season feel better, and I really like the whole flashback thing. I get what you're saying about making her feel like a likable character, but I think they've already made her feel like a likable character throughout the show because Billy likes her for some reason.
Well, see, that's the thing. There's a difference between likable and, like, empathizing with her.
Sure.
And the final episode, because of all the stuff with her son Nicholas...
That's what I mean about the penguin, too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though, is it's like, you don't typically empathize with the penguin, though, especially once you learn more of his backstory. You really are just like, oh my god, this guy has so many disturbing qualities. Like, even though you like the guy, you're not with the guy.
Yeah.
Whereas with Agatha, when you learn more about her son, way out of line after seeing all of her horrendous actions, especially if you're not watching all those horrendous actions in one day and you're like spreading them out over time like we did, those horrendous actions kind of just disappear. Because obviously they didn't happen in real life. It's just a show. So it's like you don't hold on to those horrendous actions. And when you get to that final episode and it's just like, all right, feel sorry for her. Remember all of the horror, like the pain of losing her child. And like, that's gonna fuck you up, man. And it's just like, oh, she's dealing with that.
Centuries of her doing the same con to kill people over and over and over again.
Through a 2-minute montage with music in the background. Where it becomes kind of just a flashy scene, and it's just like, but they've just made you empathize. Spread that out. Take all of that empathy, put it through flashbacks throughout the 8 episodes beforehand. Don't even have 9 episodes. Do it throughout the 7 episodes, with the 7th episode twist being the big reveal of that 9th episode, of the reveal of the road, I will say. And that's the big twist and flashback.
Maybe I would have liked the series better if it was written by Greg Callahan. But
thank you. No, that's all I'm saying is like I just feel like there's a lot of good in that 9th episode. I just feel like it was misplaced. It really just felt the show should have ended with Agatha laughing maniacally after Teen gets the big reveal. There shouldn't be more exposition after the big reveal. The big reveal should be like the hook for the next season to bring you back, to make you want more. But it's like, then they explain it all, and they explained it all, and when the show ended and the credits rolled, I was like, I don't care. I just, once it all happened, they're all walking off into the sunset, I was like, I don't care about season 2. I don't care where they go from here. Like,
if they... I mean, we knew that she killed witches because that's revealed in WandaVision.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think the flashbacks could have very well been spread out, and maybe I would have liked the entire series better if it was written like Lost. But but I still thought that last episode clinched it as a decent series for me.
And hey, that's fine. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I completely understand that. I just disagree with the episode.
Yeah, I
don't disagree with your thoughts on the episode. I just disagree with its placement.
Yeah,
because it just felt so out of left field after that great finale. I was just like, oh,
it could have been spread throughout. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So
I give it 3.5 stars. That was my that long ending rant there. I think was my closing argument. It's like it's good. It is a good show. Like, I did enjoy it.
Fun.
I laughed. I was able to watch it one every single day. Put off. I didn't have like a big break or anything. I was able to just, blast through it in 9 days. And I like the acting a lot. Like, I think everybody did a decent job. It's just, I don't know. It felt misguided. It really felt like it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I really, especially in the middle, felt that. And it was probably like, producer influence, rewrites, kind of thing. And that could be another reason.
Easter eggs.
That could be, that could be another reason why I felt the way I did in those episodes about Catherine Hahn's performance. Maybe she was frustrated. Maybe she thought in a very William Shatner kind of way, if she fucked up the shot, they'll have to use the other stuff.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
I don't know. That's giving, I think I don't agree with that. As an actor myself, I don't agree that, you should intentionally ruin shots. Now, William Shatner, his thing was about racism, but
oh, that's fair.
Yeah, but everybody knows that he's a rude old man, so.
So, where did it go?
Yeah, I give it a full face, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think, I'm not so sure I would give it to it if it didn't have those last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you on the fact that last episode's, doesn't have good things. It's got many good things. I'm just like, who's the showrunner? The showrunner, to give her a shout out, it's Jack Schaefer. Jack Schaefer. You did mostly a good job. That finale. First off, 9 episodes. What? Who are you kidding? Don't do odd numbers in a season unless it's 13. 13's a good odd number for a season. 3's a good odd number for a season. 9? Who are you kidding? You don't do 9 episodes for a season. You do 8, 12, 13, like even numbers or 13. Like, come on now. What are you doing? Just cut it down to 8 episodes, chop that 9th one up, figure out where to throw it. There's a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, each of your episodes can be an hour long. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. And we don't need to see Force Ghost Agatha. I'm sorry to spoil episode 9, but Force Ghost Agatha, like, come on, guys.
I feel like if the second season / whatever spinoff show they decide to do with Billy, that I appreciate her being this guide that she's the only reason why she's tagging along to tag along at this point, because she's past.
No, if they do a second season, she's gonna be humanized by episode 2.
Rehumanized.
The budget,
excuse me.
Yeah, the budget for ghostifying her is just gonna be too much for 8 episodes.
Her in episode 9.
That's been the show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Really happy to have you here. As we said, stay tuned next week for the Penguin, because it's only fair that if we do Marvel, we gotta do DC's newest show as well.
That's right. And they happen to come out at the same time, and it's been kind of delicious. Yeah,
it has been delicious. Oh my gosh, it's been delicious.
Before we completely close out, I do have a couple of announcements. As you may know.
Do you need a drum roll?
No, I don't, but you can. Thank you. So we have a short film that's out on our YouTube channel. It's called When Magic Touches Stone. And we're also trying to raise funds to take that to festivals. We've had a little bit of funds thrown our way from some precious donors. And we wanted to know...
You're going to say some predators. I was going to be like, whoa!
Yeah, they sent it with a comment. Take off all your clothes.
Show feet.
Show feet. Anyhow, we're not going to show you our feet, but if you would like to support our art, you can go to gofundme.com/f/WMTS fundraiser, and you can see what we are looking at for festival fees wise, and there's a link to watch I'll say the
WMTS.
When Magic Touches Stone, there's a link for that.
Yeah.
Just, we'd really appreciate it if there's somebody out there listening to this who likes short films and likes to support art. We'd really appreciate it.
Please.
Yeah.
Please do.
That also saying, if you like the show, please go on down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless.
Yes.
And consider joining one of our pledge tiers there. And you can be a part of the Potato Pig, and we have a bonus podcast every once in a while.
Yeah, we do a lot of fun patron exclusive things.
We try.
I say a lot. We haven't done a lot. We do some.
Yeah. We try.
But there might be a lot more in the future. Mm-hmm. And so we're very appreciative to all of our patrons. We're very appreciative to those who have donated already. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Check out our Facebook as well as our Patreon page and our GoFundMe.
Yes.
I don't have the Facebook website, but we have.
Well, it's Facebook, and you can search
when
When Magic Touches Stone or Green and Faceless or Fiction Works 19. We have a couple different pages there. Please, also on our Green and Faceless website, Facebook, Greenie posts their reviews for new content at the movie theaters. So please,
things that we're not talking on here, I typically write a blog about.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see a review for Agatha All Along or The Penguin, obviously, but Legend of Vox Machina Season 3, that might be coming.
There you go.
What's
the most recent movie you wrote for?
I didn't like it, apparently, because I don't remember it.
Well, I remember not too long ago you wrote about In the TV Glow. Is that what it's called?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I saw the TV Glow. Highly recommend that, guys. I mean, go check out Green Traveler Reviews 4.wordpress.com. I think you can also just do greentravelerreviews.blog. I think that works. Let me make sure I've gotten that
or our Facebook page, as we said. So that, I think, wraps up the announcements. Unless you disagree.
No, I mean, I was just seeing if that worked. But yeah, Green Traveler Reviews 4.wordpress.com. I can't remember what the other one is. The Wild Robot. The Wild Robot was the most recent movie I watched. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh.
Go check out The Wild Robot, everybody. For real. That's been the show.
Okay. Till next time, I've been the Faceless Leon.
I'm the Green Traveler from Gorsh.
Safe travels, and good night.
I thought you were doing a dove call.
Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of Fiction Works 19. Are you a fan of the show? Feel free to contact us at greenandfacelessfans@gmail.com or visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or rate us on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.